Hello all, and welcome to the Fireball Library. I've decided to start a new series where we consult the Fireball archives to discover more about the Forgotten Realms and its citizens, and more unsavory citizens. Not looking at you goblins and orcs. As well as the gods and infernal forces and magical items, spells, effects, and everything that the Fireball archives has stored away. We'll investigate about the Forgotten Realms. So today, we consult the Fireball archives about the mystical race originally from the Feywars before they came to our beautiful plane known as the Prime Material. I'm talking about the Elves. To start off with, we'll be talking about the Moon Elves. And then we'll be going down the archive list of the other subraces of Elves. So, to start off with, we'll start with the Moon Elves. The Moon Elves were known as the two Telquasia in the Elven language. Moon Elves are medium-sized humanoids who are usually of chaotic good. They are more than often worship the father of all of the elves and leader of the Seldarine, Corel and Larethian. But some elves also worship other gods or other elven other elven gods of the Seldarine. Sorry, my brain's a little bit scattered right now. The Moon Elves, like all elves, can live to be over 750 years old, or 7.5 centuries. Many Moon Elves can live and often cooperate with the other kinds of elves, like the Wood Elves or Sun Elves. But they often tend to live in the places listed below: the Dale Lands, Evermeet, the High Forest, Mithranor, and Northwest Faerun, and the Western Heartlands. I actually have a Moon Elf friend named Alyssa Andre, who was the leader of an adventuring party when we were journeying back in Icewind Dale and the Ten Towns, but I'll discuss more of that later. Moon Elves have low light vision to help them navigate in low-lit areas, like caves or twilight forests. Like all elves, they can speak, read, and write Common and Elvish fluent. The Moon Elves prefer temperate, warm forests. They often have fair skin but with sometimes a blue tint. They have black, blue, or silver white hair. The Moon Elves love hairstyles with braids or ponytails held with wire or beads, and often have green eyes like other elves, or blue eyes with golden flecks. Moon Elves are the most common of the elven subraces. They are more tolerant than those barbaric humans. They are more tolerant of those barbaric humans, and they are the ancestors of most half-elves. They were considered high elves, but they were sometimes also called Eldrin also. Of all the elven subraces, Moon Elves longed to be on the road, travelling and exploring the untamed wilderness that lay between cities and nations. They are often most impulsive, with a strong distaste for complacency or isolation. This extroverted quality was part of the reason why Moon Elves got along uncommonly well with other races, like dwarves, and had come to the conclusion that the Entelquasts were not necessarily as foolhardy or unworthy as their brethren might think. Like the Wood Elves or the Sun Elves thought that humans, dwarves, halflings were, foolhardy and unworthy, especially those damn dwarves. The dwarves might have good smithing techniques, even smithing skills that come to elven quality, but we'll discuss more about the dwarves after we discuss everything about the elves. But Moon Elves, rather than feeling the interaction outside the race diminished or weakened them, believing that interacting... Hang on, sorry. My script is messed up, sorry. Let me just try and get my thoughts in order. Sorry. Yes, here we go. Alright. So Moon Elves, rather than feeling that interaction outside of their race diminished or weakened them, they believed that interacting with other races, humans in particular, was the best way to spread the values of the Telquasia races, thereby strengthening their culture. Moon Elf society was often loosely organised, and few Moon Elves stayed in one place for more than a season or two, preferring a nomadic lifestyle. Moon Elves were comfortable living amongst other elves, particularly the sun elves, as well as gnomes, humans, or halflings. And even dwarves sometimes, although I don't know how the moon elves got along with those insufferable dwarves. Look at the time. I'm sorry, my friends. I've got to go cook some dinner for myself and Ark, my pseudo dragon. He gets a bit cranky if he's not fed around 7 p.m. So we'll continue our dive into the archives for the moon elves tomorrow. Until then, I'll fare thee well. Bye. Adios. Hey, Ark, no, don't chew on the chute, no.